Well, it looks like there's only a few spots left remaining in the 1970s decade Gladiator Round Tournament. So the challenge round matches are almost all done. There's only a few left, and this is a good one we have today. This is Gunnar Rosbo versus Leon Brown. Should be pretty academic. These two have similar condition, similar shape. But of course, Leon is much, much smaller. And this is a visual sport, ladies and gentlemen. And having said that, the waistline of Gunnar is pretty much smaller than Leon's, giving him an awesome look. Anyway, in my opinion, Gunnar is taking this one with ease. But there's still a lot of poses left. Let's have a look at the front double bicep. And this one could honestly go either way. Both men in similar condition, like the first picture. It appears that Leon's conditioning is a little bit better here than the front relaxed pose. Now, if you're going to go for the massive, monstrous look of those big, bountiful biceps of Gunnar, then he's your man in this one. But in my opinion, that aesthetic flow, that togetherness of all those muscles grouped together on Leon, it just looks much better. In my opinion now, aesthetics are a personal preference. But in my opinion, Leon is scraping by with the victory in this one. But having said that, those guns of Gunnar are just massive. Let's have a look at the front lat spreads. And what a couple of front lat spreads these are indeed. I have to really have some confidence in myself to be able to judge this one and think that what I pick makes sense. Now, the symmetry, I will say, on Leon is a little off, and Gunnar has nailed his. Although the lats, I feel, are jetting out a little bit more in the part of Leon. But Gunnar's seem to be a little bit wider and go up to a nice V-taper a little bit more. Man, oh man, is this a tough one. I guess I am leaning just slightly toward Leon. And I know this could go either way, but I am deciding on Leon because of the legs. And that's the only reason. I believe the symmetry on the part of Gunnar is edging out a slight victory in the upper body, but look at those legs on Leon. This is a close one. This is a good match. All right, next pose. The side chest pose. I am deducting some points here from Leon. I do not like the way he is hitting this. Now, if you ask me, this is a most muscular pose. This is not a side chest. But a lot of guys hit it this way, especially back in the 60s and the 70s. Now look at Gunnar. He is hitting this just perfect and crisp. Awesome. And it's a side chest, Leon, not a front chest. Like Arnold told Franco that time. We all know the scene I am talking about from Pumping Iron. Anyway, Leon has been running roughshod so far with a couple of big wins in a row, but he is stopped in his tracks by this big cat named Gunnar Rosbo. All right, let's have a look at the side triceps. And I must say, this whole contest has been a surprise to me. I pretty much had this as a setup for Gunnar to meet, who is it, Lance Dreyer perhaps in the Gladiator rounds. I don't like to give away the future matches that I had set up, but on the same note, I will never vote for somebody that I think is actually losing. Now, from head to toe here, Leon is much better than Gunnar. I mean, look at the legs, the chest, the abs. But when you look at the tricep itself, I have to say Gunnar's is much better, especially the more you look at it. Look at the feathering there and the girth and bulk of the tricep itself. But having said that, this honestly, depending on who's judging this, could easily give this one to Leon. But as you all may know, I place a great deal of emphasis on the side tricep, a great deal of emphasis. So I am squeaking out a small victory here for Gunnar. But man, this is a close one. This Leon is impressing me. Let's have these two gentlemen turn around and have a look at the rear double biceps. And this is an interesting situation indeed. I believe that Gunnar is in trouble as I am giving this victory to Leon Brown. In the arm development here, it's a very strange situation. Gunnar's not holding his properly, very unsymmetrical. And Leon's not really flexing his at all. They look very small. But the back development is very unorthodox in the part of Gunnar. He has not much in the way of lats. And this big, massive Christmas tree looking lower back. And his traps are large but very flat. I am giving this one to Leon. He has tremendous back development there. The lats reach nice and low. Anyway, it looks like Gunnar could be in trouble. Let's have a look at the rear lat spreads. And this is an even more interesting situation. It appears that Gunnar is getting a victory in this one. Much like Dennis Wolf here, and perhaps Rolly Winkler, that have a pretty weak rear double bicep. They've somehow developed an awesome rear lat spread. And those traps have come to life in the part of Gunnar. And even in the legs, from what I can see here, the glutes and the hamstrings are much better conditioned in the part of Gunnar. But anyway, Gunnar gets the victory, so this is an awesome matchup. Let's have these two gentlemen turn back around and let's have a look at the most musculars. And this one's actually a real close one. The conditioning and the overall silhouette and the way he is holding himself, I appreciate Leon Brown much better. But you look at the thickness and the much more substance there in those pecs of Gunnar. And he is much larger, and I think that's the only thing that's saving him here. But then when you look at the arms, it really solidifies that Gunnar should definitely walk away with the victory in this one. But like I said, the conditioning and the overall silhouette of Leon is much better. But wow, this is a close one. We're going to go with Gunnar here, and now let's have a look at the final pose. And it should be no surprise that it is this, the ab and thigh. I believe that Mr. Brown could most likely get a victory in this one if he was holding himself properly. Look at those elbows, the way they're jetting out there. It really takes from the aesthetics in this one. But other than that, it's pretty close, right down the middle here. But we are going with Gunnar just because he is holding himself just a little bit better. This was an unusually close matchup. I believe Gunnar has a few points or a couple of points on Leon, but each one that he lost there was a couple of them that were awful close, awful close. But having said that, here is your winner of this challenge round, Gunnar Rosbo. Gunnar Rosbo will now await the challenge of another challenge round winner to do battle in the Gladiator Round.